Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to The Medium by Design. Today is February 22nd, 2022, and according to many spiritual intuitives, it is a very, very special day. So there's a lot of messages online about today and about the frequencies and the energies. And this morning I got up and I said, because I was invited tonight to be part of a meditation, and I just sat this morning and asked both the Elohim and the Galactic Federation Council their wisdom that they could share with us about today's energies. So I'm going to share that with you right now. And here's what the Elohim had to say. Now, I haven't written from them a while, so there's a little bit of personal addressing in this message, but take what works for you and throw the rest away. We have been waiting for you to call on us as we keep coming up with reminders through others and your own memories. Thank you for heeding the call. First, we wish to discuss the multitude of energies that have been bombarding the earth and those you just witnessed in your vision while meditating. I had a vision of the earth this morning too, and the energies flooding at it and through it. And it was pretty cool, actually. It was a neat vision. Yes, the Earth is receiving many solar light frequencies from the central sun, and many of those are being filtered through your own sun. However, there are others that you may also wish to tap into during this current phase of change. Now, while I'm reading this to you, if you can get into a meditative state, if you are, in a chair and you can relax, you can tap into these energies right now as we go through this. So, and if you can't do it now, you can always just listen to this again later. Oh, and by the way, it doesn't have to just be today. These energies are now available for us whenever you wish to receive them. So it doesn't matter. There is no time. You don't have to focus on just this moment. You know firsthand that there is an alliance around the planet assisting Earth and her inhabitants to receive these new frequencies, let go of the old ways, and move as gracefully as possible into the new energies, utilizing them to create more of each individual soul's divine life experience here on Earth. Many of my messages have talked about this already. What you may not fully comprehend yet is that each in this alliance, and you can go back to my ship messages, there are 2 so far, and that they're part of this alliance, also carry their own frequency and divine mission to share that frequency with humanity. You have already written from one group in the alliance and were quite surprised at their mission. And both messages of those are really interesting. Now, today, with the frequencies rising again and new waves of energy hitting the planet, more of these multidimensional beings will become known and communicate with those able to receive this level of communication. So, there is much to look forward to if you are open to receive. What does this mean for the common man? It is his or her turn to receive something that was not in his conscious awareness. This can so easily be seen by the energy your father projected when visiting you. There's another video about that. He will be one to have much difficulty during this time. Between him fighting the brain shifts and rewrites and wanting everything to be the same or get back to normal, he will be one who is very disappointed in the push in direction he never wanted to take. This is what has him and your mother teetering on leaving the earth plane. I'm going to share another video. It's very revealing about family dynamics and karma. So, there are just as many ways to utilize, reject, receive, evolve through these energies as the energies themselves. It really is up to the individual and how far they wish to proceed. Remember, the Earth herself will move forward, receive these frequencies, and change no matter what any individuals or group of individuals believe. This is the part that the ego-driven ones will never understand in this timeline. simply because this timeline held so much unknown possible outcomes, and even us and the Alliance were not sure how any of this was going to go. You each must realize that this Earth and humanity have been part of a great experiment where some of the outcomes have been over the top and wonderful, and some have been at the cost of millions and millions of lives over the course of Earth's history. That's a very, very profound statement. I hope you can receive it. You must also have a mental note that none of you remembers everything of this history. Another important message to the old souls who believe they think they know everything. And I'm one of them. And believe me, I have to go and re-listen to these messages because it's not in my conscious mind. I've said this many times before. Many of you have pieces and many are remembering more. But you see how these memories run completely against the known history. This is what's coming out now. And there are many of us sharing things that don't jive with what we humans believe we know. This is causing another conflict of the mind of those that were so sure of how humanity evolved. That is all being debunked. Now you will see even more clashing of those that need to hold on to what they believe they knew, and their ego need to be right will override any evolutionary possibilities that could have occurred. Another important thing right there about free will and ego. Yes, there will remain clashes of realities, thoughts, and beliefs that will have some definitely dealing with multiple nervous disorders simply because they cannot face or accept what life was. That life was nothing like what they thought or knew it was. Life, the essence of it, is changing at the core, and humanity will only thrive if it knows that this is the purpose to all of this change. If any of you continue to hold on too tightly to the ways things were or the way you believe they should be, there will be difficulties. None of this is meant to create fear. On the contrary, we would hope that many more would embrace what is happening and allow all to work in your favor to create more of the life your soul knew was possible, not your egoic mind. That was for the Elohim. Now we move on to the Galactic Federation Council. We too have been consistently following and adding to the support of the Alliance to allow these frequencies to, as gently as possible, bombard Earth and its inhabitants. You can see those much more clearly that are going with the flow and those that cannot. When you witness deep suffering or very stern thoughts or emotions flowing, you know there is a struggle, an inner struggle of old versus new energies within that individual. For you, we and many others you write from have shared that the best course of action is to stay clear. This is not part of your calling. Those that are here to take physical action to assist are being called on a daily basis. Those many groups that have very clearly defined missions to assist different facets of humanity will continue to help as needed, but you must also realize that the mass exit of many souls must continue. We do not wish you to experience any lower emotions such as sadness and grief. We would like you to understand the depth of the changes occurring at this time and that there are many who simply choose not to be part of it. Now, you know I already lost 2 family members to COVID in this COVID period, and then I almost lost my father, which will be on another video with this COVID period. And so we'll share that on another video. And continue here. Even if the choice seems unconscious or that they seemed oblivious to their circumstances, do not judge what you cannot see. When your aunt and uncle died of COVID, you and your family could not understand why more measures were not taken, why their children would not listen. You can see now that that family dynamic necessarily needed to shift, and those two souls knew their time was near. Of course, most cannot speak openly about these experiences because most of it is not understood with the conscious mind. There simply is no energy or will to push forward anymore. No matter what others may believe, think, or feel, there was no other course of action for these souls. This is very difficult for the human to accept, and I'm one of them. I had trouble with this too. But these are the higher truths. This will be the hardest part to understand fully. We know it is easy for us to lay this out so clearly, but that is because we no longer have an emotional body to deal with. Humanity's emotional body is still struggling with these seemingly new truths and the new realities emerging, even though on some level many souls knew this timeline would be changing the course of history for Earth and all souls born during this point in history. We would like you to contemplate these messages and be as open as possible to what is occurring during this time and experience your soul's wisdom coming to your conscious mind so you can receive all that is available to you. Do your best to relax and know that that's easier said than done, and know that all energies and changes occurring will benefit those willing to receive. We look forward to seeing the blessings that follow when these energies are fully anchored by you and Earth. So that's today's messages from the Elohim and the Galactic Federation Council, specifically for February 22nd, 2022. And remember, if you didn't have time to see this previously, it's fine. These energies are now available for all of us to receive. So if you feel this video was helpful in any way, please just like it. If you think you found something of use on my channel, subscribe. And if you really want to be a blessing, which could really help right now, there is a PayPal button. My email is also down there if you want a personal writing or an astrology reading, or you have a group that wants to receive something that I offer. So it's all here for you. You decide what's right for you and contact me if that feels good too. So God bless everyone, and I hope you can receive these energies in some joy and excitement of what is unfolding for all of us. See you soon on The Medium by Design.